Hello everybody, this is Conquering History Games and welcome to another Stellaris Custom Civ on the channel as we continue to get ready for the galactic battle to come. We're going to be creating yet a new custom empire, of course. This one is going to be based on the Cthulhu mythos. Now I know some of the broad strokes of the Cthulhu mythos, but I consulted somebody who knows a lot more about it than I do. So basically, if there are any mistakes in this video, assume that they are mine, okay? So here we go. Species name. These are the outer gods. So, gosh, sorry guys, I'm still getting used to the new keyboard. Outer god, plural of course being outer gods. Jesus! I'm sorry, Cthulhu! Alright, for the adjective, we're going to go with crawling chaos for them. Of course, we're basing this off of H.P. Lovecraft's interpretations of his world. I know a lot of it's really open right now, so a lot of people have written on it, they've expanded it. You know, it's a nice property that doesn't have as many copyright laws attached to it. Anyway, ship prefix, we're going with Yogg. And I decided to go with, I believe, 3 of the Musceloids, because it has the Void Farers is their fleet names, so I really liked that. Alright, now their traits. They're gods. They live for extremely long periods of time, centuries even. So, of course, we must make them venerable. The species can grow to an age that commands dignity and respect. They're also quite talented in the way they deal with, you know, those who worship them as well as each other. So I decided to go with talented because I just felt like some of the other traits didn't really line up with what they were supposed to be. So we're going to go with that. Of course, they're going to need to have some bad traits to offset that venerable, and it's pretty obvious they're going to be repugnant. The physical appearance and customs of this species are considered offensive to most others. If you appreciate them as neighbors, this is going to lower their immunity from jobs by 20%. And though a lot of them like to put on a nice face, they are in fact quarrelsome. While not inherently distrustful, members of this species are often socially combative. This is going to lower their unity from jobs by 10%. Also, talented increases their leader level cap, which is nice considering that they're going to live for a very long time. Okay, the homeworld name. Relay. And oops, that's not supposed to be a capital. There we go. Their homeworld is going to be Relay with the star name of Dagon. Obviously an ocean world. Just look at his face. It's a wet climate, rocky world with nitrogen, oxygen, atmosphere, and a significant hydrosphere. Oceans cover more than 90% of the surface, with scattered islands making up the remaining percentage. Solar system that it starts in doesn't really matter. Okay. City appearance, we're going to go with the Musceloids. Now we get to the government and ethics, so this is where the fun begins. They are going to be fanatic authoritarians. You know, they're gods. There's no elections. This is going to allow for stratified economy living standards. They can enslave aliens. Their monthly influence is going to be increased by 1 and their worker output by 10%. A single voice, a single throne, a single state. It is the solemn duty of the masses to obey those enlightened few who have been charged with the great responsibility of leadership. And we're going to have them be spiritualists. I didn't go with a fanatical spiritualist because it's not as if the old gods are building temples to themselves and asking to be worshipped and stuff. It's more that they just get worshipped anyway. So, but this is going to let them build temple buildings, and they cannot use full AI rights policy, increasing their monthly unity by 10%. So that's going to negate the other the quarrelsome, and the edict cost is reduced by 5%. There are those who thinks it behooves us to remember how tiny we are, how pointless our lives are in this vast, uncaring universe. What nonsense! The only truth we can ever know is that of our own existence. The universe in all its apparent glory is but a dream we all happen to share. So, because we are fanatic authoritarians, this only leaves the option of dictatorial or imperial. So I was at first sort of leaning towards dictatorial, but there are, you know, some of the families of the gods at imperial, and even though it's maybe not necessarily like a primogeniture kind of a primogeniture style of imperial authority. It does say here that you have a designated successor, so that could be a little bit better. But we definitely have to go imperial for a specific civic that I wanted to use for these old gods. So we need to go down to, wait, where is it? Here we go. Imperial cult. Society has a dominant state religion where the ruler is worshipped as a living deity. Edict duration plus 25%. Government ethics attraction plus 10%. It's, you know, obviously, yeah, they're gods. So, of course, there's going to be a cult around them. And who is worshipping them, you might ask? Well, this obviously leads into the syncretic evolution. A second species forms an integral part of the society. They are big, strong, and most of them have the intelligence of a particularly dim-witted child. Ancient wars have culled their species of their most aggressive tendencies, leaving them quite servile. So they're going to start with 12 pops of a different species. Let's come over here. They're not going to be humans. They're going to be the fish folk here. And that is, in fact, what we were going to call them. So you would call one a fish man. Collectively, they are the fish folk. And adjective, so fishman. Like a fishman island sort of thing. That actually was a... It's actually a reference to a universe that we're going to see in the next episode. For the species names, though, we will just go with the United Nations of Earth. Now, their traits, because they're a syncretic species, they start with servile if they've evolved alongside a second, more advanced species. Never particularly intelligent to begin with. Selective breeding for physical prowess and docility has reduced them to servile proles. This will increase their happiness as well as the amount of resources they get from their jobs by 10%, but they cannot generate leaders and they cannot be employed in ruler or specialist jobs. They're servants. They're going to be getting the scummy jobs at the very bottom of the pile. Okay, but they can get more traits as well. They are certainly rapid breeders. They reproduce at a very rapid rate, increasing population growth. So that should also work out nicely, so eventually there's going to be more of them than the old gods. That's the plan anyway, you know, more worshippers. They also are certainly communal. Members of this species are highly communal and quite used to living in close proximity to one another, popping house usage minus 10%. However, they are also repugnant. The physical appearance and customs of this species are considered offensive to most others, and few appreciate them as neighbors. Amenities from jobs minus 20%. Okay, next. Let's go back through here. Wait, what city did I go with? Okay, I already grabbed it. Good. Authoritarian. Actually, no. I think we're going to go... Yeah, actually, authoritarian's fine. Empire name. The Outer... Whoops. The Outer... God. Can't type for shit. It's because it's also early in the morning. My hands are kind of cold. It's going to give me tendinitis. Alright, crawling chaos again for the adjective. Maybe it should just be crawling. I don't know. But let's pick our... no, not that one. Pretty obvious what our logo is going to be. Let's get the tidal waves in there. And we're going to go with, I think, the dark over the light. Yeah, I think that's going to be a good logo. Ship appearance, we're going to go with the muscleoids. Okay, name of the god. I'm going to type it out and then try to pronounce it. Nyarlathotep. 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 Who's actually a man. But he is the leader, the Black Pharaoh. And his heir, for lack of a better term, will be Darkwing, who, as we all know, is a potential leader in Equestria War as Stalingrad. So it's a real crossover episode civilization we've got here. For the color variant, let's come over here to 3. I really liked that one. And the clothes, we're going to switch this out. Yeah, I mean, the clothes don't really matter, but I like this one. And room 11 for the skulls of the others. And there we have it. Wait a second. I made a mistake. The Outer Gods. Yes, excellent. So there we have it, our divine empire of the Outer Gods. Let's see if they can take over the galaxy. Let me know in the comments if you think they can, and I will see you in the next one. You have yourselves a wonderful day. Bye.